Russia tomorrow.
Убийство от своих же сотрудников от службы безопасности Вагнера, осужденных.
This video appeared on the Telegram channel of the Gulagu.net project on Thursday. This man, Andrei Medvedev, calls himself the commander of one of the departments of PMC Wagner. Medvedev said on video that he decided to stop fighting, and he asked people to investigate PMC Wagner and Yevgeny Prigozhin himself.
Прошу оказать содействие, чтобы в отношении меня были прекращены какие-либо розыски, преследования, угрозы.
The project Gulagu.net writes that Medvedev was allegedly detained in the Moscow region. On Friday, the man spoke to the media outlet Insider. He stated that he apparently knew of 10 cases of extrajudicial executions in PMC Wagner. According to Medvedev, he personally attended several executions. He also claims that 2 of them were not former prisoners recruited for the war. Insider writes that Medvedev was on the run and told reporters that he was being pursued by mercenaries. He insists that he has video of mercenaries in Alchevsk, Luhansk region, and that if anything were to happen to him, the video would be published. According to Medvedev, 2 convicts are executed for refusing to fight. He claims that when he escaped, everyone who had fought with him was detained.
One time, Andrei Medvedev was forced to stay in a pit for 2 weeks for talking back to Yevgeny Prigozhin when he came to visit. The second time when he was forced into a pit, again for not acting the way that his superiors wanted him to, trying to take pity on prisoners, saying that the orders they were given were crazy, that they were being sent to slaughter. So while sitting in the pit for 15 days the second time, he started to understand that he was in grave danger and escaped.
Medvedev also claims that Yevgeny Nuzhin fought under his leadership. This is a prisoner who went to war as part of PMC Wagner. Nuzhin surrendered himself and gave an interview in which he said that he did not support the war and was ready to fight on the side of Ukraine. Later, he was part of a prisoner exchange, and a video of Nuzhin being killed with a sledgehammer appeared online on a Telegram channel associated with PMC Wagner. Commenting on the video of Yevgeny Nuzhin, the founder of the Wagner Group first spoke of the excellent work of the director, calling the video a film titled A Dog's Death for a Dog. Later, after the video generated a big uproar, Prigozhin suggested a version of events that included the involvement of Western intelligence agencies. A man who looks suspiciously like Yevgeny Prigozhin personally travels through Russian penal colonies, recruiting prisoners for the war.
Уходите домой, получив помилование. Те, кто хочет остаться с нами, остается с нами. Поэтому вариантов вернуться на зону нет никаких. Те, кто приезжает и в первый день говорит, куда-то я не туда попал, мы делаем отметку «дезертир», и после этого следует расстрел.
The Gulagu.net project told the story of another prisoner who died in the war. His name was Viktor Sivalnev, recruited from Kaluga Colony No. 3. He even rose to the rank of company commander. Sivalnev ended up in hospital, and his subordinates allegedly deserted. Insider writes, on November 20th, the man called his wife and told her that he was going to be taken to the firing squad. A few days later, on December 1st, a Russian Defense Ministry spokesman told his wife that her husband had died from shrapnel wounds and a severe blow to the head. Yevgeny Prigozhin then said that Sivalnev was not part of the ranks of PMC Wagner. Olga Romanova, head of Russia Behind Bars, says that about half of the stories of extrajudicial executions she hears about involve foreign prisoners. In her opinion, in this case, representatives of PMC Wagner deliberately inform relatives about the desertion so as not to have to deal with the transportation of the body, for example.
Есть и обратное, когда человека расстреливают.
There is also the opposite, when someone is executed by firing squad or some other method, but his relatives are told that he died in battle. This is most likely in the case of finishing off the wounded. They don't film every execution, of course not, because we know dozens of cases and they don't film every execution, but executions are really a trivial thing for them. We don't know cases of executions for Prigozhin promised executions for the consumption of alcohol or drugs, sexual relations, surrendering and deserting. We don't know of any executions for alcohol, drugs, sex or plundering, but we do know of executions for deserting.
BBC Russia journalists write that prisoners recruited by PMC Wagner are allegedly shown a video of the shooting of deserters. A BBC source in one of the prisons said that recruits were taken to a special room where footage of the execution of deserters was shown on a tablet. Journalists were unable to find the video, but a source in another prison said that he was also shown a video of an execution by hanging.
Previously, several BBC sources close to PMC Wagner said that they knew of at least 3 executions of this kind. This has not been released to the public, and the BBC could not find confirmation of this. One of them says that such instructional videos were in circulation even before the war in Ukraine began.
Столкнувшись с проблемой массового бегства и массовой сдачи в плен,
faced with the problem of mass desertion and mass surrendering into captivity, he decided to scare the recruited prisoners from thinking about doing the same. He started showing everyone these horrible executions but didn't achieve the effect he wanted. In the end, prisoners stopped enlisting. There was this mass recruitment campaign in the Ivanovo Oblast, and after the showing of these videos, 29 people signed up. We've never seen such a tiny amount before. They were taking hundreds before, and here it was just 29 people. And we can see that the flow of prisoners has dried up.
In Russia, the first verdicts on desertion and unauthorized abandonment of unit during mobilization have been handed down, as noted by Mediazona. Courts in different regions have now sentenced 3 men, 2 of whom received suspended sentences, the third is unknown. The articles under which they were convicted were also made stricter just before the announcement of mobilization.
TV Rain has started broadcasting in English so that you could get news about Russia, the war in Ukraine, and Russian society directly from the source.
Russia's military is unable to stop Ukrainian forces.
The Kremlin's newest propaganda target is now the LGBT community.
TV Rain channel has been shut down in Russia many times. The last one happened at the beginning of March, when the war started.
Мы временно приостанавливаем работу телеканала.
We survived, started working from Europe, and now we are watched by millions of people every day, for whom we are the only TV station that tells the truth about the war. Subscribe to our English channel TV Rain Newsroom on YouTube.